Okay, this is an instructional video on how to use the 28-hole pollen press. We start by inserting our press pucks into the bottom of every hole. This press is actually a three-piece press altogether. You keep this set screwed in for now, and then when we go to remove all the pucks, you'll see why those screws come in play. But for now, you start with this one piece, you insert all your pucks into the bottom, and then you put your material in. For this video, I'm going to go ahead and use brown sugar. This press was designed for pressing any type of plant materials, plant extracts, fine herbs, whatever you feel the need to press. So usually you would want to weigh out each individual hole here so you know exactly the weight of the pucks you're going to end up with at the end. But for this video, I'm just kind of showing you the function of the machinery here, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of be sloppy about it. They make some really cool little digital scale spoons that you could use for this. A million different ways. So keep that in mind. It's nice to get them as even as you can, just because that allows you to press everything kind of evenly. Pressure, obviously, doing it like this is not really the way to achieve that, but you'll be able to see how it works. So, once all your holes are filled with your material of choice, you want to go ahead and insert your top press pucks. This goes over the top of your material. So once again, you have one puck on the bottom, one puck on the top. This allows you to sandwich your material in between the pucks, and just works so great when you go to remove the material. They kind of act as a little non-stick barrier. I have used wax paper or parchment paper in between these also, in addition with the pucks, and that works even better, I think, but it works great just by itself also. Okay, once all your top pucks are in, you want to go ahead and put your springs in over your pivot pins. This allows for the top plate to spring up and down for removal. It works out really well. So anyways, the next step is to insert your top plate over the 4 pins, and there you have the beginning of your pressing. So you can go ahead and give it a little head start here with your hands, kind of even that out a little bit. But then the next step is to insert your press plate into your press. I went ahead and added these little press discs to act as a barrier in between the press and the press plate. That way you don't end up with these scuff marks that you see on the top of the press here. So there's many different methods behind pressing. I personally like to heat press, so I would normally put this in the oven and heat it up for about 10 minutes on 200 to 250 degrees, and then I would put it in my press. For this method, we're just going to do a cold press so you can get the idea of the function of the actual press itself. Normally you would have it bolted down to a table with these 4 holes here. I obviously don't, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on the ground hold it with my feet just to kind of hold it sturdy for me, and then I'm going to go ahead and give this handle a crank until I feel that it's pretty solid and I don't want to crank it anymore. Obviously it depends. If you heat it up, you don't have to crank it that hard. It just kind of, you got to play it by eye with the material you're using. So typically on a cold press, there is actually a set screw right there that is loose right now, so that's why that handle popped off. But anyways, normally on a cold press I would let this set for about 24 hours before I remove this. For this video, we're just going to go ahead and release it here in just a second. Go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and tighten the set screw. That way that handle doesn't ever pop off on us again. So, next step is to remove your press plate from the press. Remove your top plate. Now we're going to access these set screws and go ahead and remove those. Okay, we're also going to remove our springs. We're going to very carefully turn that upside down and insert our spacers here. These spacers actually allow us to press this material completely out all at one time. Now you just go ahead and bring your press down with your spacers in there with your bottom plate removed, and as soon as you start putting pressure on it, you will see all of your pucks come out of the bottom like so. And there you have it. 28 perfectly pressed pucks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps.